you have it, please make sure you sign it.
Do you need to sign them? Is it like one per household? Or?
Yeah, it's one per
Yeah,
household.
one per household.
That's okay. Yeah, go ahead and make it. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, the market's on So that's track A.
We do not have
Where's the trust?
This is only.
So they can be the appropriate. Okay, now I get it. All right. Now I got it.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna get the meeting started. The first meeting that we were supposed to do was the annual meeting. We needed to have 2/3 of the membership, which was 32 lots. We have 11 proxies out of 32. So we do not have enough to have a quorum for the annual meeting, so at this point, it's up to the board if you guys want to go back out and try for a second time. We can call it to order, postpone it, try to send out more proxies. These 11 that are here now that showed up, that would count towards the quorum. And then we would just try to have to get to 32, or the board can decide they don't want to do the annual meeting, then we don't have to. The next thing after this is going to be announcing the 2023 Board of Directors. There was 2 intents received, there were 2 seats open, so there's no election. Following that, we're going to do the organizational meeting, which is going to be appointing the positions again for 2023. And then after this, we'll do the budget adoption meeting, and then we'll do the regular board meeting.
Okay.
So at this point, does the board want to go out, do you guys want to postpone this and try again, or?
I don't know that we've had a quorum in years.
Is there any pressing business that would happen if we had a quorum?
No, so the annual meeting is just a membership meeting, it's for members to make comments and the board to listen, and that's it. There's no business, actual business.
No, so I don't see.
Okay, so we are going to. Okay, so like I said, there was 2 seats open, there were 2 intent to run, so your 2023 Board of Directors is Alan, Marguerite, Lisa, Mike Adesi, and Ryan Lutz. So congratulations, Ryan, you won. One is Ryan. Jennifer, thank you. So you guys can swap seats.
Okay. Isn't that effective January? That's what the mailer said. Effective January
No, it's effective
2023.
as of the annual meeting.
Some of your mailer says. It announces the board, your 2023 board is,
So for 2023, but our annual meeting is today, so he comes up today and you get on the board today. You step down and he steps up.
okay, that's not how we've done it in the past. Is that why I didn't receive any documents prior to the meeting?
No, none of us did.
None of you did?
No. Question. The call the meeting to order is the meeting that's coming up.
The regular meeting.
Okay. So for minutes wise, what do I have to, annual meeting, postpone, do I have to have it done?
No quorum,
No? Okay.
so the annual meeting's not happening because there's no quorum and the board decided they don't want to move forward to do a second.
Okay. So I'm gonna put that at 6:37. And then announce.
Save me a records request. Janet.
Sure.
Okay, so then this is.
That's not how we ever done it. That's okay, I can video better now.
The next meeting is going to be the meeting here or not?
Oh, they're having one.
Budget. Everybody receives a copy of the budget. The board reviewed this budget. This was the final budget that was approved to be mailed out from the board at the last meeting. So let's go ahead and call, there's copies up here, if anybody needs a copy of the budget. We're going to go ahead and call the budget meeting to order. 6:39. Okay, do you guys want to go line by line on the budget? What do you, how do you want to do the budget right now?
This is what we discussed at the last meeting.
The last meeting.
correct? And nothing was changed other than what we discussed, we're changing some funds from legal and switching it somewhere else, correct? Okay, then.
Okay, do we have any questions on the budget from the membership?
Yeah, I have a question regarding the proposed $9,800 in legal fees. Explain in detail what we're going to get for that $9,800.
If we're hoping not to spend it.
That doesn't answer the question.
No,
We don't know what, we can't predict what's gonna happen next year.
Okay, okay.
It's what's budgeted to spend.
Sure, what was the $9,800 in attorney's fees that was spent before? What did we get for that?
For
Well,
2022?
when are you talking about, this year or last year?
Last year.
Last year, well, I can't address that because you weren't the board at the time.
Okay, well, let's talk
I
about
can't address
2022.
that.
Address 2022.
All right, that's what I need to understand.
Let's start there.
That's the year end. So what's included in that is the DEP stuff that Keith has been working on, and then also the deal with Steve and those
Hang on to what?
for the track deed and the DEP.
How does that benefit Mr. and Mrs. O'Malley?
Because you own part of the dock.
We're never going to sign off on it.
You can do whatever you want, I'm just telling
But
you,
I'm
this
just
started.
trying to understand how you call. We have to spend our money that we're contributing for attorney's fees when we're getting nothing out of it. This is simply for a few people that are on the lake that seem to think that they need to own that property for free.
This has nothing to do with them, anyone taking ownership of track B. This is getting track feed back in compliance.
Because of the
it's tied to
unpermitted
the-
docks. They're
Because of what?
unpermitted docks that were built on tract B.
They were all gone through Swift Mud and got permitted back in 2017 when your husband was in charge. And that was apparently not the appropriate
Right,
action.
Swift Mud said they made a mistake after
Right.
DEP
So
corrected
now we have
it,
to-
which had nothing to do with my
Now we have to-
husband.
Okay, one question at a time.
Yeah,
Someone's asking, let her answer her questions first, please.
okay, so what you're saying is that those legal fees were spent for getting back into compliance. because of
So
the docks.
we have to get back into compliance with the community dock. And unfortunately, that is tied to track B, and the DEP wants everyone's personal dock now back on the community,
And why is the community dock not in compliance?
because our lease expired.
And why did our lease expire?
Because the DEP was too busy to deal with what was going on. We've been trying to do this for, what, since 2020 to get,
Before we were even on the board, this started 2 years ago. So I just want you to understand that. We didn't start this.
just
Please
trying to get it
understand
back
that.
in
This started
compliance.
2 years ago.
So,
Before, Jennifer, please, explain to you what.
please do.
2 years ago, we were on the board. This is how it all started. It had something to do with track B and being in compliance with the DEP. What happened is the DEP came out and said, when Keith was hired, which I didn't hire him, said we weren't in compliance. What happened was, I guess way back when, before we even moved here, it was never set up correctly with the DEP, the water rights. So that's how, in my mind, this started. So it's been going on for a couple of years now. So what the DEP is saying is not just, it's all a track B, that means the dock as well. And I can read you a little thing from Keith, who emailed us today because he couldn't be here, he would be here and could speak about it. And what he said, and I'll read it to you really quick, is the association owns track B. Anything that happens on track B is the responsibility of the association. Currently, the association does not have a submerged land lease. The new submerged land lease must account for the dock improvements that exist on track B. Remember, the docks are built on associated submerged land. Docks were never properly approved by the authorities, and he says, I have no idea why. I was not serving on council at that time. Thus, the idea is to have the associate grant a license or easement to each lakefront owner so that the state can issue the submerged land lease. So he sent me over the land lease that goes back to DEP, and DEP will own the water rights to track it. Then what will happen after that, new leases have to be written, so they're in compliance on the water and the dock is in compliance.
You mean the leases for the docks?
Correct, correct. So that's what's going on.
Who will incur Alan, who will incur the cost of those leases being written?
And what Keith said to me, it's every homeowner there that lives here.
The entire community.
Yes, yes. Now, that being said, I know you're all up in a roar about the survey, what did or did not happen. There was a mistake, and it should have never happened. Keith told me, and I have an email saying that do not do the survey. What's going to happen, the DEP is going to come back and say, you now have to survey track B before we can turn leases back to the dock and all the homeowners on the water. So that's where we are today. The only thing we're doing today is signing the lease back to the DEP. That's it. Nothing else, nothing more.
For what? Sorry.
For the water rights that the DEP owns it.
There's actually two issues. The
Please.
state, well, you're not really explaining it
Okay,
clearly.
well, I'm on the board right now, and I'm explaining what it's told to me. Please. Thank you. So that's what's going on right now. You can explain it any way you want, Jennifer. You can put it on your little Facebook page. I could care less right now. I'm telling you what Keith has told me. He is the attorney for this, and that's all I go
So
by.
Keith didn't advise you that there were other avenues and options to remedy the situation? This was the only option?
The only option. Correct.
That's not true.
Well, that is true from what he told me. So you can question it all you want, but I'm listening to an attorney that represents this. Without the DEP, giving those water right backs, we have nothing. And we're in default as per the doc.
So as of today, have you received a letter of corrective action request from DEP with a deadline or anything? Any ask of them officially?
The only thing I have for DEP is the lease that they sent to me to be signed off, so they own the waterway rights. That's it.
That was at the request of our attorney, but I'm asking if you have received a corrective action notice like we did when we were out of compliance in 2015. Did you receive anything with deadlines saying we need you to do this?
No, because from what I was told is that they won't do that until they get that signed over back to them.
So 2 years have gone by with no lease. We've not received a bill or a warning letter from them of any kind. And we've gotten to where we are today because of our attorney being the pursuer in getting something done. Is that
Correct.
true?
Which I had nothing to do with that. I came in 2 years later, and this is where we're at.
Okay, but for the record, DEP SwiftMud has not requested anything from us, not even a land lease bill. We haven't received anything except an
Right,
expired.
and they will, once this is signed. And that's the